Hey everyone, this is LordDavon again, and today I am bringing you the eGo twist from Joytech. So, the eGo twist is a variable voltage eGo battery. Now, I have two of these. These came courtesy of eSmoker Online. They actually have a store about 20 minutes from my house, and I will be doing a video there in the upcoming weeks called Inside an eStore, where I want to kind of show what one looks like, because many people have never seen the actual inside of an e-cigarette store. And it's a modest store. It's small in size. He utilizes the space pretty good. He can utilize it a little better. You heard me, Steve. But it's a neat store, and it's amazing what happens when you get a bunch of vapors in the same room. The conversations that come out, and everything basically the passion that we have for vaping. We just sit there and talk about vaping for hours. I want to show that passion to you guys. So Inside an eStore will be coming up in upcoming weeks, and I'm very, very happy that I can do this with eSmoker Online. And as well, one thing I do want to notify you guys of is if there is an eGo battery out there that you take a look at the price, they will match any other official Joytech reseller. So there's that as well. Give them a little plug, because you know, it's a neat little store, and I hang out there a lot. So there's your plug. All right, so anyway, I want to move past. eSmoker Online is a cool place. I really appreciate the genuine Joytech eGo twists, and let's get on to reviewing them. Now, eGo twist is a variable voltage battery out of China from Joytech, and Joytech's known for quality, so I don't know why I really expected these things to suck, but I usually think of Rivas and Joytech eGos and all of the different, the ones from Smoke Tech. I think of them kind of as toys. You know, this is an APV, and this is a nice APV. Heck, this is an APV, and this is an APV, and this is an APV, and I got boxes full. It's one of the things that you get from being a reviewer is you get a collection of advanced personal vaporizers, for those who don't know what APV stands for. So when I see something coming out like an eGo battery that can do variable voltage, I guess my expectations were kind of low. I have tested an awful lot of stuff lately out of China, and the voltages are just all over the place. And usually, if you have them set to 5, you get 4. You set it to 4, you get 3.4. You know, it's you don't get great voltages out of these things. So when the eGo twist was announced, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that looks cool." But we didn't know what to expect. So this is what I received. I got the 650 mAh and the 1000 mAh batteries. The 650 mAh is roughly 4 inches, just under 4 inches, and the 1000 mAh is about 5.5 inches. And it does get to be a big honking unit when you got the 1000 mAh. Now, they do make a 900 mAh, and the 900 mAh is right in between these two for size. So that's probably the one I'm getting next. I will probably end up picking up a 900 mAh, playing around with it, and this 1000 mAh will be given away in a contest or a giveaway or whatever I decide to do with it, but I will be giving this one away because to me it's too large. So let's play with this a little bit. I've got my meter open, and I've been playing with this meter because it's also something I use to hook my standard voltage meter up when I deal with pulse width modulation, linear modulation, and other things that this can't pick up. I'm going to set this bugger to about 4 volts. I'm going to hit it on the meter and hope I don't kill my CE6. Now that is about 4 volts. And that's the amazing part. Whether I take it to 4.8 or whether I take it down to 3.2, it is pretty consistent. Now, it does fluctuate a little bit at certain voltages, and it does go from 3.2 to 4.8. That's your min and your max. They've been pretty spot on, and I'm pretty amazed at that because, again, it's a battery out of China. But Joyetech is known for quality, and I got to remember that when I'm dealing with a genuine Joyetech product. That these are actually pretty good. They're metal. They come in multiple colors. Stainless steel, you've got black. I think they have a pink one coming out, a white one, and there'll be more and more colors coming out, I'm sure. The style of it is eGo. So if you put whatever you want, I'll put a CE5 on here. You can hit the button and vape, and it's got the standard, you know, it's got the standard 510 connector with the eGo threading, and it looks pretty good with a device on it. This one's just way too big. I mean, look at me vaping on this. Look at how much is exposed at the bottom of my hand. You know, the CE5 Plus is just going nuts on this thing, but the 1,000 mAh to me is just too big. That's why I will be giving it away. Let's go to the 650 mAh, and the 650 mAh is much better in size. And it works better with the the items that I have on here, which is pretty good. The downside to this is that the markings at the very base, that little base of this is actually the adjustment, hence the twist. You turn it one way for 3.2, you turn it the other way to 4.8. Now the markings go 3.0, and then there's a line at the 3.2 and a line at the 3.4, all the way up to 4.0, which actually has a number on it, and then lines every 0.2 volts all the way up to the 4.8 volts. It does not mean that it is a 0.2 volt increment. It does it roughly in about 0.01 increments, and you can just turn it. It is very hard to see, and as you can tell, it's smooth as well, and it's a tight fit. You have to give it some effort. It's not going to twist around in your pocket. You're not going to just hit it and have the voltages adjust. You gotta grab it and turn. I would really like to see something like the sides of a quarter, where you've got those little tiny grooves in there so that it makes it a little easier to turn. You know, I'm a reviewer. We get juice on our hands. We're playing with so many things. It does make it difficult to twist. You know, that being said, let's move on. The nice part about this is it doesn't have fancy LEDs and bells and whistles. I think the biggest feature it has besides the variable voltage is the 5-click on-off. You click it 5 times and it will turn off. You click it 5 more times, it'll turn on. I'm going to do that again. There we go. Turns on. And then you're good to vape. The part I like is you don't really have to see it. You don't use your eyes much for vaping. And I hate to tell you this, but those of you who have something like a lava tube where you're hitting a button to get that voltage adjustment, take something away from your vape. I mean, having the nice LED voltages on there, it's neat to see that, but you end up adjusting in 0.1 increments, and with something like this, you just turn it down all the way, turn it up a little, vape. Still too low. I want to turn it up a little more. Turn it up a little more. That's actually pretty good. So now, I've used my mouth, my taste buds. I got the vapor that I wanted. I got it because I know what kind of vapor I like, I know what kind of flavor I like, I know the type of heat that I like from my vape. And that's what this gives you. It gives you that ability to just twist and adjust, and you're not hitting buttons. There's something to be said for that, and I'm a fan of that actually, which is why I like the eGo C-Twist a little bit more. Now remember, when you're dealing with a genuine Joyetech product, make sure you have the Joyetech logo on there, and you'll be able to tell the fakes from the real ones. But this is a genuine Joyetech product, and it's pretty good. It's metal, it's light, but it's got a weight to it. You can tell it's a solid built product. The Joyetech eGo is one of the long-standing, you buy one, you have it forever kind of batteries, and this doesn't seem to be an exception. I've had this for roughly about a week now. I've dropped them and played around with them, and I pop them in my pocket all the time. I have been taking it to work with me. Now the 650 mAh, I'm getting roughly about 4 hours of good vaping use. That's when I'm sitting here at home watching a movie and vaping. The 1,000 mAh, I get 6.5, 7 hours out of. To me, the size just doesn't warrant the additional battery. This is a $20 to $25 battery. This one's $25 to $30. You can pick a couple of these up and you're good to go. The 900 mAh is what I'm going to be getting next, and I'll probably be picking up another 650. They're good batteries. I'm actually quite impressed with it. Now I think of these as toys, and it is. It's a variable voltage for the masses. It's a low-end product, but it doesn't mean that it's got limited quality. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles that bring up that price. So it's got a good price tag to it. So when I'm picking something up like this for 20, 25 bucks, that's pretty good to me. I've already got eGo chargers, so I do have genuine Joytech eGo chargers, and I do recommend anytime you're dealing with a genuine Joytech product, get a genuine Joytech charger. Don't use a standard 510 charger you have left over from your first starter kit. Bad things can happen and you'll have a bad day. Actually, you could have a bad week or month with that one. Use a genuine Joytech charger, and things would be pretty good. Now, as far as Joytech batteries and the whole exploding battery thing, have they ever had problems? Yes, they don't explode usually. They melt, or the chargers have a problem, backfire into it, and they can smoke up or catch fire. Anything that we have that's electronic runs that risk. Look at the cords under your desk. Look at your laptop battery. Look at all the different things you have in your household. There's always a risk involved with any of these types of products. But the genuine Joytechs are one of the better of the batteries that you get, and usually when something happens with these, it's due to the charger or a wall wart failing. I use a USB 2.0 hub when I charge things like this. I don't plug it into my computer in case it backfeeds, and I just plug all my little USB charger cables into it, and then I charge it that way. That's how I do it, and that's probably a good way of doing things. I like it that way. The wall warts, I've had those things die on me before and had a bad day. So heed that warning, take some advice, and read up on it and learn the most you can about battery safety. But this is a genuine Joytech product. It's a nice variable voltage. We're not talking about anything crazy here as far as batteries go. It's a 650 mAh, 1,000 mAh, or even a 900 mAh battery that you get. But the eGo C-Twist, the voltages are there. They're actually being put to what you set them at, which is very, very, very good. Good job, Joytech. That's the most important thing with a variable voltage, and you got it right. I like that. They're nice metal batteries. They have a nice metal casing. You've got your standard 510 with your eGo skirting. You've got your voltage adjustment at the bottom. The markings are hard to see, but you can do it by taste, heat production, getting your vape perfect. You will probably find out that when you get a variable voltage, if you don't already have one, that there's an awful lot of stuff that you're vaping right now that you like at the lower voltages instead of the higher. And those items, fantastic. That's one of the things this gives you. This gives you choice. It gives you control over your vape, and that's a good thing. All right, so the eGo C-Twist battery. Yeah, try one out. They're pretty good. It may be a little toy, but it's a good toy. I'm going to get more. I do like them, and I'm going to recommend it. I'm actually going to recommend the battery. Try it out. Okay, this is LordDavon. Let them know I sent you.